My age, Wayne's age, Bachman Turner Overdrive. Taking care of business. There you go. There's Dickens. Joe Jackson. You can't always get what you want. It's there. E. Brickell and the New Bohemians. What I am is what I am, and what you want is what you want. There's a lot of them out there. We got the Eagles. Which one woman? That might be Rena, who knows? James Taylor, Shower the People. And what you want to do with your broken heart? Pablo Cruz. What you gonna do when she says goodbye? Supertramp? Take the long way home. Well, I gotta come back to this one. Well, that's one good one too. Another Eagles one. Take it to the limit. The two best ones are the Rolling Stones. You can't always get what you want. And Pure Prairie League. Amy, wish you want to do. Those are the ones I put. There's probably more out there, but anyway. Couple, I'm not going to stay up here a long time, but you guys can add on. So we heard. As we know, Wayne was the rock star. And a little story. And it goes to the song. There was one particular time that we had a little spare time, and we were standing by, and I was in the passenger seat, and the radio was on, and Wayne was, and I was like, I know you find it hard to believe, but I got one eye open, and a particular song was on, I'll never forget it, and Wayne was at the steering wheel, and Wayne was in concert that night. and I'll never, every time I hear the song, I'll always think of Wayne. I gotta look at that. Oh, yeah, Wayne was like this in front of the. I'm like this with one eye open. Wayne, he was in concert, and he was, every time you go, take a piece of me with you. And I'm like this, I'm like. One other thing, a little story about Wayne was Derby Street song. I gotta tell you that. Secondary breakup, there was water leaking and blah blah blah. Ended up tripping the breaker, blew the door off the cabinet. Now Wayne didn't know why it happened, but one of the bosses, I forget who it was, he says, "Well, what do you think happened?" Which one? Now I know he's thinking. He goes, "I know what happened. The water got in, went on the wires, created steam. Steam pressure blew the door open. There you go. That's good for me, right? That's good for me." There's probably a lot of other things out there. People can add on if they want to, but those are little things over the years. Oh, you play the guitar on the steering wheel?
Oh, yeah. And on the side of his leg.
Oh, yeah.
He also plays the piano, too.
Yeah, the piano, too. Oh, yes, while he's driving, yes.
Really?
Yes.
I'm surprised he hasn't been in an accident. Anyway, all kidding aside, Dwayne, you've been my friend for 30 years. You never talk bad about people. You're just a nice guy. And I wish you the best in retirement. Thank you very much. All these people here, these are all your friends, your family. We want you to have this. I know you're going on a cruise in a couple months, and a little bit of
Speedo?
Dad, my ears.
Oh no. says, we've been around together for over 30 years. Most of the people down here don't even know about what went on in the station back when there was flame failure, and there was wagons, and batteries, and we used to do maintenance on it.
I'll tell them you did maintenance on it.
Whatever. You're right. Well, the supervisors that came to work with us, that, the ones that stayed longer because they were team players, and the ones that got pushy, we drove them home. They never stayed. They should have hung their shirt from the ceiling. But, on behalf of Roster Ray, they have requested that I give you this gift. 25 years in the making, this gift. Also in the gift is a sheet of paper that you have to read to the audience.
He doesn't know how to read. How's he going to do that?
He's gonna read it. And no ad-libbing with the takes.
Don't take it which one.
25 years in the making, and now.
It's all yours.
You got a knife? Who's got a knife?
You're telling you don't have a knife anymore?
No, I didn't. Put it on my phone.
Oh, Jesus, the baby!
Oh, baby. Don't break them.
Don't break him. That's a baby
No, I'm
chickalope.
just kidding.
Yeah, but that's a baby
kidding.
chickalope.
It's a baby chickalope.
It's
Baby
not.
chickalope. Wayne, just for you, a picture of me and Papa. Dearest Wayne, on this wonderful night I have been given a mission. I have been assigned to you now that you have a lot of spare time on your hands. To lead the next generation of tricksters out into the world, I am hoping to lead as an exciting life as my dad, but as you know, that will be hard to beat. The boat trips, flying to Harvard, to Florida twice, the hot tub, replacing the ship's bell, rides in the camper, New Year's Eve in Boston, the treetops in Westport, riding in the Coal Wing, and many others. Even the Christmas of 1993 when Santa gave you my dad on Christmas morning.
Yep.
Yeah. Please take good care of me like Rasta A took care of my dad. But keep me active because my father is out there, looking to get someone else and I want to strike first. The rule the roost. P.S. Enjoy the picture of me and my famous father. Thank you very, very much.
That's the baby chickalope.
Oh, that's a long story.
That's all right. We got time.
All right,
You got time, come on.
We got beer.
I got time.
I know.
All right. Back in 1987, we have a book with the history of this bird. I'll pass the book around. But this started, Glenn and I were switching back in Building 19 near the dumpster. We found this old wooden chicken. It's about that big. And we decided to tie wrap it or tape it to Duprey's bumper or his mirror or his roof rack or something. He ended up putting it on my bumper. We got in trouble from the boss. Then I think it was Glenn and I went to Bolted Sub, put antlers in it because everybody's heard about the jackalope, but we're going to make this chickalope thing. And it's a chicken with antlers. So that started it. We started hiding it. Sue found it one Christmas Eve, or before Christmas, because we snuck into her house and put it in her Christmas decorations. So when Christmas time came, Glenn and I went out to Bob Duprey's house in Westport with a bucket truck. We put it as high as it could go during the summertime because we know Bob, Mr. Perfect. In the fall, when he's going to be raking his leaves, he's going to look up in that tree to see how many leaves are left. So Glenn went up there and stapled, he staples it. We put the chickalope up in there with tie wrap. Sure enough, in the fall, he finds it. Then one year, we're winterizing the boats at my house. Glenn's boat's there, where I had the chickalope inside the side of his boat. It goes to his house all winter. In the spring, he put it on Long Pond outside of the first island. A storm came, the boat sank. And the friggin' chicken's in it. But he ends up finding it. Then they put it in, they put a tire tube, fill it up with air, piece of plywood, screw the chicken to it, put a mooring out in front of my house, and leave it there. Then, of course, the roast is the best one. Oh yeah.
Always.
We always try to get the roast, because he gets adamant that you can't get me. That was his... 20 years ago he said, you'll never get me, and that was the start of it. So, he goes to Florida. We talked to his mother-in-law or something, Sue and I, and she lets us into his house. Now he's got a hot tub. So we go down cellar, we fill the hot tub up with a garden hose. We got one of those baby things with the little yellow tubes with the Legos. We put the chicken in there with a straw hat on it. We go down to a Chinese restaurant, get a Mai Tai glass with the umbrella. I get a sheet. We paint a big mural with palm trees. We put it down his cellar. So you know what happens when he gets back from Florida. The kids go downstairs with the laundry. Dad, the chicken thing's in the cellar. Oh, so he's not happy with that. How did he get in my house? The next time he's going to Florida, we hear about it. Oh. Sue and I, he's got a camper he's going to drive down. Sue and I, during work, of course, into the camper we go. We break into the camper in his yard. We take the chickalope, this is the night before he's leaving, and we bury it under the seats, under the sleeping bags in there and everything, just like that. And off we go. Now I find out where he's staying at this hotel in Kissimmee, Florida. That night, well, the night he's going to stay at that hotel, I call the hotel and I tell him, listen, I need you to do me a favor. Put a note on the door of his room saying, can you come to the office? There's a message. And all I want you to say when he comes there is, the bird is in the trailer. That's all you say. I don't need video or nothing. I know he's going to go out of his mind. Of course, he finds it, and he's not happy. Next year, he's going to Florida. You ain't getting me this time. I'm flying. We hire his sister. Take that chickalope with you. Now listen, you sneak into his room, you put it on his pillow, and you take a picture of it there. All right? You leave it there, and then take off. Sure enough, his son, Dad, I gotta go to the bathroom. Here's the key to the room. Up to the room he goes, comes running down. Dad, the chicken thing's in the room! Now his sister paid dearly for that, because when she came back, now this is a little wacky, but restaurant, you know, to me a mess, they make you food. He puts a live chicken in his sister's house, and it shits all over her house. Oh yeah, where was that? So this thing has been everywhere. I mean.